Hello. So for anybody that doesn't know me, my name's David Swift. I'm head of physiotherapy. It's a very extensive team of physios we've got here. Just me. But I'll be running tonight's carry on. The idea is to get the boys out, say a few words to them, get them presented with the shirts by the sponsor. There'll then be a photo opportunity for the sponsors, and then we'll get the whole squad out together. You can take some pictures, the boys will mingle with you, and then we can all go home. Before we start, a couple of things. As you know, last year, or most of you will know, last year we changed the boys' post-match attire for playing at home. So we're now wearing these white shirts, blue chinos, and the boys get a club tie when they've made the debut. We've got a raffle going round, because we're trying to raise some money to help the boys cover those expenses, because they have to pay for themselves. So the more money we can raise on events like this to contribute back to the boys so we can pay for the ties and the shirts and the chinos, the better. So if you've not already bought some raffle tickets, I think the lovely Jill has got some left. If you haven't, you want another quid's worth, I'm sure she'd be more than happy to sell you some. So, without further ado, I'm going to ask our chairman Nick Cragg to come up and say a few words of welcome, and then we'll crack on with the boys.
Yes, a very warm welcome to a hardcore band of supporters that many of you here I see at the away games, and without such support this club certainly wouldn't be the club that it is. And actually I think it's, and people do tell me, we are one of the best, if not the best, supported away club in the division we're currently in. So it's a huge thank you and a very warm welcome to you all. For those that were at Preston on Saturday, you would have, I think, been excited to see some of the superstars that we've got, and I think they are. I'm really impressed with some of those lads. I think, you know, it's huge credit to Martin and the team for putting together a new set of players, 12 retained. We've got somebody coming in from Buenos Aires tomorrow, and I understand shortly to be followed by somebody from Australia. So we are going to, as we do, we're searching not just Britain but the world. So it's very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to Roslyn. I'm sure I'll see a lot of you there. So without further ado, can I just hand back to David to set the mic going? Thank you.
I just want to point out that if you are a sponsor, and we've got a list of sponsors' names here, and you're present, can you go across, when your player comes up, if you go across that far corner, they'll give you a shirt, wander over here, you can present it to your player, and then there's a photo opportunity back round the back for you. So without further ado, what we're going to do this year is bring them out by position, so you've got an idea of what the squad looks like, who our tight heads are, who our scrum halves are, etc, etc. So we're going to start off with the players who play tight head loose prop. Loose head prop. What am I talking about? Quite busy week. I'm moving house next week. I've just got engaged. Got a dog at home. It's just.
Don't talk about it like that.
No, it's a bit harsh. She's lovely, really. So, first player up, new player to us this year, a young man called Harry Whitfield. And as you can see, he's actually slower than he looks. Well, yeah, because then you look about the same height as me. So, Harry, tell us where you come from and a little bit about your playing history.
I've come from Huddersfield. Many years ago I started as a centre and I've got fat and moved into the front row about 5 years ago now.
Oh, looking forward to the season?
Yeah, massively excited. It'll be good to get going. I mean, Saturday showed small parts of what we can do. We've been working hard, and yeah, looking forward to getting going at Rotherham Park.
If selected. So, Harry's sponsored by long-term sponsors of the club, great supporters, Chief Steward. He had some artificial joint last year that I think one or two of you may have heard about. So we've got Karen and Henry Remington. Thank you. There you are. I think you might like this next one. So, our second loose head of the evening, Toby Williams. Missed the early part of training because he was having his hair cut. Read my mind. So you've had a year off rugby and now you're back to us?
Yeah, something like that.
You're a grown man, you can't hold it yourself.
Well, thanks. I'm back now, dude.
Well, the first time I did this with Toby, it must be about 5 years ago now, we got one-word answers. So obviously a year off rugby, he's developed his patter and his banter and he's back to us and we're absolutely thrilled to bits to have him back. Are you excited to be back?
Yes.
You've been watching some DVDs of somebody doing comedy, haven't you?
It wasn't you.
So this year, Toby's, I'm going to get rid of him now because he's boring me. We're going to get Ben Barfoot up, who is Toby's sponsor, to present his shirt to him. Welcome, Ben. Wander down there and get Ed. So our next player is Zach here. Has he gone? So we've got some young boys with us this year on loan from Wasps, but they've had to go back this evening after training to Wasps. So our next player up, with a player that we managed to retain, and again we're delighted to do so, is Will Dennis, who's one of our tight heads. Those of you who were at Preston at the weekend will realise that this might not go terribly well because Will got a bang on his head and who knows what's going to come out of his mouth. Well, exactly. So, Will, we're back, second season now, and you played 3 minutes on Saturday. How did that go?
Really well.
When you're a go, man, you can't.
Yeah, it went really well until about 3 minutes in, and then hit somebody's knee, unfortunately. But hopefully get back on the field this Saturday and do a little bit better.
So, based on last Saturday where players were playing 40 minutes per game, I don't know what the coaches are playing this week, but if it's the same, you've got 37 minutes to make up, so you've got 77 minutes to look forward to. Hopefully playing against somebody who hasn't got a head the size of a rhinoceros.
Hopefully. Yeah, I think me and Reece are going to swap this week, and he's going to have 3 minutes and I'm going to do 77. So we'll see how he feels about that.
So this year, Will's been sponsored by DHL, and they're going to present his shirt to him via the powers of Michael Sylvester. So, we've got another one, tight head variety type, who's back with us for his second year this time. It's about his 4th or 5th stint at the club. Great lad from Wiston. Eventually, he's gossiping at the minute, so he's going to miss it when I shout his name out. It's Ricky Stan. Let's get the elephant in the room out of the way straight away. You're certainly lumping better, but what on God's earth is a 20-stone prop in training trying to sidestep one of the backs for?
I was just trying to teach the young ones something. But yeah, it didn't go very well. Now I'm out for, well, certainly to the new year anyway, so yeah, it's a bit of a blow, but these things happen.
Ricky, if you don't know, ruptured his ACL with anterior cruciate ligament in training about 2 weeks in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But had it repaired by our great mate Alex Anderson, who's also looked after your good lady with her knee operations, and has booked a very nice holiday on the back of it, apparently. So, how do you think it's going? You've watched a lot of training this year because of obviously being incapacitated. Give us your thoughts on how pre-season's gone.
Yeah, I've been an avid spectator, and yeah, I think, you know, compare it to this time last year, I think we're streets ahead of where we were. Obviously, it's helpful having quite a few boys back from last year, but we've also brought in quite a lot of quality from other areas as well, and the coaches and the staff have worked really, really hard on the recruitment side of things. And yeah, I'm really optimistic and positive about, you know, the season and starting properly in a couple of weeks' time.
Cheers, Rick. So, Ricky is sponsored this year by the lads on the steps, some more stalwart sponsors and supporters, and they're going to present Ricky his shirt. So, our third tight head prop, young man called Reese Ward. If he looks a bit tired, it's because he played 77 minutes at the weekend, because they only played 3. Please welcome to Rotherham. Tell us where you're from and where you've played.
Yeah, so I'm Reese, I'm from Halifax, and I used to play at Wharfdale. That's about it.
You've clearly not converted from centre like Harry claims he has.
No, not all, but I still reckon I beat him in 100 metres.
Down a rough shaft. So, Reese always reminds me when he speaks, if I wasn't looking at him, I'm reminded of your little mate who played hooker for us. Tell him what I'm thinking about.
Oh, Coley?
Yeah. So, I don't know if you remember Coley, but they sound identical when we were in the dressing room if you're not listening to them, or not looking at them rather. Reese this year has been sponsored by Lynn Smith, so we can get Lynn up to present his shirt. So we've now moved on to the hookers, and our first one that we're going to present to you this evening is again a returning player that we're delighted to have back with us, Jack Bill Manus. And I don't know about you lot, but I do think this new kit is very, very slimming. You said that too early, didn't I?
You did, yeah. Thanks for that. Definitely lost him, by the way.
Yeah, that's because you've not been training, isn't it? So, Jack's vying for head of corporate this year, taking over from DPR and fiddling with Ricky Stout, haven't you?
Have I?
Well, you're not trained, so I just assume that's what you're thinking.
I've got to do something around here, haven't I?
Yeah. So, Jack's had to miss a few weeks. Hopefully everything will be sorted in the next couple of weeks and he'll be back with us, and we'll be really looking forward to having you back. Jack, just give us a quick impression. You've, again, like Ricky, watched quite a bit of training this year for no fault of your own. What's your thoughts?
Compared to last year, I think we're a lot further ahead. The game on Saturday, I think when we first played last year, we didn't look as sharp as that, or anywhere near as sharp as that. I think that's due to we've had a lot more time to go out and search for players that we actually want. It wasn't as much of a shock this year, was it? When we come down, we kept a few as well, kept a bit of a core. Obviously, with new coach and stuff as well, I think that's helped. So I think we'll look a lot better. Looking good.
Cheers, Jack. Jack this year is sponsored by, again, another stalwart of the club, Anne Coggins, who's going to present his shirt. So the next player that should be here is a chap called Yanto Jones, who's another hooker, but he's had a shoulder operation a couple of weeks ago, so he's back to us on Thursday for his first post-op assessment, so we'll take him from there. He's been sponsored kindly by Mike Rogers and Gary Jackson, who've clearly given him the kiss of goodness knows what. But we're looking forward to having him back with us next week. So, we move on to the first of a cohort from Leeds. got another hooker. I don't know if you saw the game at the weekend, played outstandingly well. Young man called Harry Newborn. So you've left Leeds and you've come down to Rotherham. What's your impressions of being at Rotherham?
Yeah, I love it.
You wait for the microphone. You do wait for this, I'll give you.
I love it. It's like being back at a club. So originally, when I was a schoolboy, I played at Driffield, and I felt like that was a proper club. So it's nice to come back to one where you finish a game, you go into the clubhouse and you actually see people who are fans, and it's enjoyable in our environment.
Good answer. Very good answer. Obviously, we went from the fans player of the year award already. And again, you played a lot of minutes at the weekend. How did that go for you?
Yeah, felt like I was playing with a fridge on my back in the heat, but no, it was really good. It was good to get a hit out. It's one of the things where your first game, you always want to do more than you actually do. So when you watch the videos back, you're a bit like, oh my word, why have I done that? But I think everyone in the whole team we've already thought about that, saying like, first game, you've just got to do it, accept the mistakes you make, and then build on from that.
I think we all agree. We watched the game. It's quite a good base to build from. So, Harry's been sponsored by Richard Beecher and Lee Cooper, and they're going to come and present his shirt to him. So we'll move on to the second row. Quite an impressive second row this year, I think you'll all agree. He's not playing in second row. I mean, he might be big enough, but not with his hips and what have you. So the first person we're going to bring out from our second row, again a bit of a returner because he came to us late on last season on loan. He's now signed for us full time. Kieran Frost. Frosty? Yeah. Good man. Bloody hell. So we had the summer off in Australia, came back for about one training session, played at the weekend. What were you doing in Australia, mate?
What was I doing in Australia? I was playing a bit of rugby, just enjoying myself really, letting my hair down I suppose. Getting fit for it really, and then yeah, just had a nice Thursday training session and then enjoyed Saturday. Yeah, nice weather really on Saturday. Yeah.
Very warm, wasn't it? Yeah, lovely. And excited to be in there as one of our players rather than a loanee?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to just being part of a proper club, and just putting my foot down, trying to represent like a good club, and obviously support the boys 24/7. Obviously, couldn't have done that last year. Just means I just get to focus on the club and the boys all the time. Yeah.
And you got your degree in the summer as well, so that's great news. Well done on that. So, Kieran is sponsored by RM Contractors Limited, and Alan's going to present his shirt to him on behalf of RM Contractors. Our next second row, another returner, Dan Preston Routledge. Here is Deepwell. Now I understand that you've handed back your pass for corporate this year and you're actually going to do some playing. Is that strictly true or just a rumour?
Well, there's free beer in corporate, so probably not. No, I hope to be not injured this season. I mean, it was painful, so I hope to stay on the pitch and do the best I can.
I don't know if you remember that Dan managed to dislocate his subtalar joint, which is a joint just below your ankle. I've probably seen one or two in my whole career, which is clearly quite extensive, given my age. I think the consultant that we went to see first off it's fair to say he'd never seen one at all, had he?
No, he said it was a sprain. And he sent me home a bandage and said, "Oh, you'll be all right in the morning. Just take some painkillers." So yeah, that was a fun night.
In fairness, it was quite a fun night because you used about half a bottle of Entinox and you were smacked off your Watsons, weren't you?
Yeah, if I can get hold of some of that, anyone know anyone, get hold of that, that'd be perfect.
So again, you've seen the difference between last season and this season in terms of the playing squad, the way we played at the weekend. Just a quick thought before we get your shirt presented.
Well, it was definitely quicker, which... no, it was good. I mean, look, we've retained the boys that we wanted to retain. We've retained some good boys, and you know, we've got also some lads that are new as well that obviously bring a lot to the team as well. So excited about the season, excited to get going. Obviously we've got Wharfdale next game, which we obviously lost last season, if you remember. So we're hoping to go out and put some good points past them.
Cheers, Dan. Dan is sponsored by the Imperial Tea Room in Retford. I saw that he tweeted about it the other day, something about cake he'd been eating and God knows what. I don't know if you saw that tweet, Ants, that he'd been on cake for the weekend after the game. I don't know if you saw it, if you've got any thoughts on that later, maybe we'll just discuss. 3 cakes?
So was the beer actually,
So on behalf of the Imperial Tea Rooms at Retford, Lindsay is going to present his shirt. And our sort of next second row, we've got some big boys this year. Elliot Ward. He is coming. Just like his ability to get to a breakdown. Not quite as quick as it should be. Elliot, tell us where you've come from and where you played before and a little bit about yourself for these good people who've come to tonight.
Sweet, so right. I'm 21 now, from Wakefield, and my last club was Leeds Carnegie. Touch a nerve. Yeah, so I came through the academy with them from being about 14. My hometown is Wakefield, yeah, so my first club was Sandal.
And how are you finding the difference between here and Leeds then?
I'm just enjoying the fact that there's a young bunch of players here, so it's quite a bit of a buzz. Everyone's wanting, to go in the same direction. Everyone's wanting to, obviously go up really. And yeah, I'm enjoying the buzz. There's quite a lot of a big emphasis on enjoyment here. So I'm really enjoying my rugby. I'm not feeling like a lot of almost the pressure that I did sometimes to, perform and always be, under scrutiny. Sometimes I think it's good for young players as well, just to enjoy themselves, and with that you build your confidence. I think you play best rugby when you're confident, so yeah, I'm enjoying that aspect so far.
Well, we wish you well for the season, and Will is sponsored by... Will Elliot, I was looking at the wrong thing. Sponsored by, oh you lucky thing, Matt Compton and Mark Windle. Yet another second row. He's a big boy, so I'm going to stand on here this time. Patrick Bamford. Welcome, Patrick. On the floor, mate. So this is Patrick, name is Paddy. Paddy, tell us where you come from, how you ended up at the Titans.
So I moved over here from what I was playing for at Rams. I really enjoy it. I went over to New Zealand to play over there, and sort of just landed and then found out that Rotherham were looking for extra players, so here I am.
So what were you doing out in New Zealand?
I was just playing rugby.
Just playing rugby in New Zealand. That must have been a real hardship. So, Paddy is sponsored by the Rotherham Titans Supporters Club, and here we've got somebody's present his shirt. Come stand up, come on. Stand up, come on. You bend down. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Bamford. So we're moving on to the back row, and our first back row this evening is Will Hughes. Here he is. Will's actually got a nickname that isn't Hughesy or Willie. Willow. Hugheso. It's called the Farmer. Tell us why.
I come from a farming background, and from being from Malton, that's what Poser gave me when I went to play at Yorkshire. The first conversation I had with him was, "You're the farmer," and it's stuck, and he's brought it here with me now. That's my nickname.
You've got quite an interesting job outside of here, haven't you? You're training to be
agricultural engineer, so quite a hands-on job. So yeah, all to do with farming really. That's probably why I get my nickname.
Well, it's great to have you with us, Will. Will is sponsored by the Rotherham Phoenix Mini Juniors, and we've got somebody who doesn't look very mini or very junior to present his shirt. Right, our next back row up is Kiefer Laxton, new boy to us. Stand on there if you want, because you're not. Yeah, it's nice of you, isn't it? So, Kiefer, tell us where you're from, who you played for before.
Originally, alright, so here we go, cheers. So originally from Nottingham, and then I moved down to Cambridge to play rugby down there, and then obviously moved here to play this season. So.
Did you play against us last year?
Yes, yeah. So I played in the fixture here.
And you lost?
No, we won.
You won?
Yeah, we won it.
Down at Cambridge?
Yeah, we lost down at Cambridge, yeah. So yeah, it's a good game.
So what are you hoping to bring to our team this year then?
Just a bit of work rate, just around the park, just basically make other players look better, just help them out. Just all the dog work really, that's what I'm sort of do as a 7, that's what I think 7 should bring, so hopefully I can do that.
Oh, delighted you moved up from Cambridge. Kiefer is sponsored by Avon Scaffolding, and we've got John Rowland on behalf of Avon Scaffolding to present his shirt to him. Modelling bay windows is John. Our next one, come a long way with this boy, and again we're delighted to have him, and if you saw the game at the weekend you'll know why we're delighted to have him. It's Anthony Macker. Anthony, tell us where you've come from.
I'm from Tonga. Yeah, well, my name is Anthony Mack, I'm from Tonga. Yeah.
And you've spent quite a bit of time here. You've not just come to us from Tonga, have you? You've come from...
Well, I spent the last couple of years at Saracens. Did a bit of training and stuff there. Yeah, that's it.
Macker does may or may not like a nice slice of cake. My wife-to-be and I took him out and his good lady a few weeks ago. We went up to Wentworth Garden Centre. There was a piece of cake on the stand. I looked and thought, I can't tackle that, it's far too much for me. Not too much for your right, son?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You wouldn't know about the cream that went with it then?
No, I thought he was an apple.
Now, you'll not know this, unless you've been told. We've got a bit of a tradition where when you made your debut for the club, not that I'm going to put any pressure on you now, but you can start preparing. The boys that we've had from the Pacific Islands, before they get their tie presented to them by some elder of the club, in recent years have done a haka. I don't know if you've got one in you, or...
sorry, mate.
You're the first disappointing Islander. So Macca has been sponsored very kindly by Yvonne, Jackie and Sharon from the club shop, and they're going to come and present his shirt to him. Please sir, let's put the good looking round. Come.
No.
Thank you. So our next one, blindside flanker, who describes himself as Alfie North. You're looking a bit shorter today. Have you had your hair cut? Because Alfie's been claiming to be about 6'6" and he's got 5 inches of hair stuck up. Tonight you're looking a bit... Tell us where you come from, Alfie, and where you play.
So I'm from East Sussex, and I was up in Scotland last year playing for Ayr.
And how have you found the transition back to England?
Good, a lot sunnier. Don't have to stand in the rain all the time, so it's been nice. But yeah, it's good being close to home so my family can come up and watch, and good being back with my friends and stuff.
It's great, isn't it, when you think that closer to home, East Sussex to Rotherham, and it's close to home. Good grief. So, Alfie's been sponsored this year, but oh my word. Oh my word. Are you good at drinking? There's only one way to get better. Practice. And I think these might give you some practice. You've got the Jersey boys sponsoring you, another of our star round selections. Only another 17 to come now. There's a bit of Alfie North. Hello, you know? Jolly good. Right, next player, somebody who's come back, really impressive season last year for us. Played really well, and that's perhaps as well because he's not blessed with the best of looks, so he makes up for it in other directions. He's shaking his head, and is that a V sign? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Great player last season, great lad to have around the place, Zach Poole. Hello. Now the last time I had a microphone in my hand, at the end of season dinner, somebody stole that microphone. I don't know if you've got any clues as to who that might have been?
I'll be honest, I have no clue about that. I do apologise if one of the lads did that, but it had nothing to do with me.
Just so happened that it was in front of you on the table when we came looking for it.
Okay, it was Debbie.
So, we've had pre-season since the start of July, we've had one game, you've obviously played in every game last season virtually. How do you think it's gone this year?
This year, obviously only having the one game, it's a lot different because we had two halves, we didn't really have one game, so you can't really go much off it yet. However, from where we were in our first pre-season game last year to where we are now, we've got 30 blokes that can play any Saturday, whereas last year at some stages we didn't even have 20 blokes to put in the squad. So I think that's where we're going to be massive this year because depth is so much needed in National 1 because people get injuries, it's a hard league, so that's definitely where I'd say our strength is this year.
What were you hoping for this weekend given that we lost up there last year?
Oh, I want to absolutely wipe the floor with them. We're going to go out there and we're going to put the foot to the throat and we're going to score and we're going to keep scoring, but we're going to play good rugby. We're going to take the rugby that we want to play in season into the game. I think that's our biggest plan, just to play our game and hopefully the result will come.
Cheers, Zach. So, returning player, returning sponsors. We've got Zach being sponsored again this year by, sponsored or spoiled by, I'm never quite sure which it is with these two. Sean and Debbie. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Paul. You're probably gathering by now that there's a strong emphasis in the squad this year of Yorkshire boys, and we're really pleased that he's been pre-season training with us. He's over at university in Liverpool. He's played with the Phoenix in the past, and he's come back this year to train with us. He's a Rotherham boy. Put your hands together, please, for Patrick Shaw. Hello. So, what are you into your degree now? Is it coming up to your final year, or?
Yeah, so third year this year. It's my last year, so should be difficult.
Just remind us what you're doing as a degree.
Biochemistry.
And how's the rugby going to be this year over at Liverpool? First of all, what are you expecting over there?
Well, it should be a big season. We're looking to push promotion at uni, and we've got the squad to do it. So it's just a case of everyone performing and results going our way, really.
And have you enjoyed pre-season back with us?
Well, it's been great. Every single training session, trying to take something away from it to improve as a player, and hopefully just get my name in that squad eventually. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, as well, of us is from Rotherham. Second year in a row, I think, sponsored by Kath Ward. Well, we've got two more back row players to go, so the first one of those, a young man called Ben Wavington. Hello Ben, welcome to Rugby. Tell us where you've played before, what position you played, what you're hoping to bring to the Titans this year.
I was at Ilk last year, it was alright, not as good as Rob though. Nicer places Rob. Played back row 8 or 6 and hope to bring a bit of energy to the club.
Good lad. So, have you found much difference between being at Ilkley in terms of the intensity of training, for example?
It's a lot more intense, everyone's a lot bigger, so a bit of eating's required.
No drinking, just eating. Just working. So, Ben's been sponsored, and second one of the players that they're doing so far. It's been sponsored by Avon Scaffolding, and one of my lovely little chums is going to present him with his shirt. She didn't look much of a scaffolder, to be fair, does she? But apparently she's very quick up and down the poles. I'm assuming that's what they meant when they said she was quick up and down the poles. I thought they were talking about scaffolding. Yeah. So the last member of the pack that we're going to bring up forward, new player to us, tons and tons of potential, a man called Lewis Wilson. Lewis, you're the winner, aren't you?
Sorry?
You're a winner one, aren't you? Tell us where you're from and what position you play.
Yeah, I come from Leeds, Yorkshire County. Played across the back row.
How did you enjoy the weekend over at Preston, playing for your first time for the Titans?
Yeah, hot, very hot. But yeah, really enjoyed it. First one out with the lads, so really enjoyed it. Good.
Picked up a brace?
Probably the easiest 2 tries you'll ever see. 5 minutes out both of them, but yeah, I'll take them.
Okay, mate. So, this is sponsored by the High House, and this young man is from the High House to present me the shirt. So we're moving on to the backs. I don't know if they're here yet, if they finished doing the hair and pressing the shorts and what have you. First one that we're going to introduce, a new boy to us, a young man called Connor Adams. Don't show the tattoo, obviously. Connor, tell us where you come from.
Just come from Bury St Edmunds. I actually only played about 6 games for them as I've had 10 months off with an injury, breaking my ankle. But yeah, that's all that happened last year, not much.
Like the way you go for the sympathy vote earlier there, yeah, get that one in. And what are you hoping to bring to Rotherham then?
I think, to be fair with Connor as well, I'm a similar player to Connor, bring a lot of speed, enthusiasm to the game, so if I come off the bench or I start, just do what Connor's doing and try for the best, get us back in the champ.
If I'm right, you're not just a rugby union player, are you? You've played some league in the past.
Yeah, I had a couple of years of Wigan Warriors, Warren Wolves and Silver Red Devils, so I've been around a bit, but finally settled at rugby union now, so enjoying it.
Great. And Connor this year has been sponsored by Professor Frank Jones. So the scrum half has come back for the season, played him last year. When he comes in, please don't mention his hair. He's a bit sensitive, and we don't want you bringing his hair up for him. So I'm going to bring him up now, but don't mention his hair. Don't be stare. Connor Weaver. I am very lost for words, so I'm going to be able to crack on. I'm struggling in there to work out whether that or Ricky Stout trying to step her back is the worst decision of pre-season so far. You can defend yourself.
So basically, I just looked at the what the playing shirt was this year, and I thought, how can my hair match that playing shirt? And how can I look the best for all you fans today? So that's the reason why I've gone blonde for you all. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be here for the next 3 weeks. If you want me to go again, I'm free for sponsorship.
That's green, it's not blonde. It's green because you tried to dye your ginger hair blonde.
Yeah, I did secretly try some mint spray on the top this weekend, and it hasn't come off, so quickly try to wash it out. That's enough about my hair.
So, great to have you back with us. How are you finding it this year, maybe compared to last pre-season?
Well, it is a lot. I am finding it a lot different with the coaching style. I think it's a lot better than what we had last year. I'm enjoying it a lot more than what I did last year, because I feel once you kind of know the system of pre-season, how it works, and you know how hard to push yourself. But last year I was a bit worried. But going into the season, everyone's massively excited. But it's no lie that the whole division is getting stronger and stronger. They like to chin everyone, so everyone knows it's going to be harder this year than it is last year. But we've recruited well, as you can see. I'm just looking forward to playing for you lot.
And not being marble like you were this afternoon. Got something special to present Connor with his shirt this year. Representing the Diva Construction, we've got his mum. Alright, go on then. Got one for you now. I think you're going to like this. He's been around the Rotherham area for quite a while. He's been around our rugby club for a long time. Signed for us, stepped up to the plate. What a great lad. Big shoes to fill in some respects, but in other respects he's got his own shoes to fill and sort out. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Morgan Bunting. So earlier in the dressing room we were talking about the away kit, which I'd not seen before, and in fairness, it's a long time since they had a red. I didn't even know there'd been a red shirt in the past really. So I said, "Ooh, red," and he went, "I've got a picture of me in a red shirt from 2000." And it's fair to say that you've still not grown into it yet, have you?
Not yet. I don't think I ever will. He's a big old boy, innit?
How excited were you then when you got the phone call to say, "Do you want to come and be a Rotherham player?"
You know, it took me by surprise a bit, you know, being round since I was a young lad. Quite surreal, to be honest, but, you know, didn't turn it down, sort of jumped at it, and just going to see how I get on.
You enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it's good. You know, the boys are good, tough competition for places with Sam, but, you know, just developing, getting better. Back at uni now, so, you know, not too great getting here. Used to 10-minute drive, but we're alright.
And any words of advice from the big man?
Just said you got big shoes to fill. You'll never be as good as me or something like that.
Morgan is sponsored by the Divine Deli, and unfortunately Neil can't be with us tonight, so Colin Coleman on behalf of Neil is going to present Morgan with his shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, Morgan Bunting. So Morgan's a 10, and we've got another 10. Young man who's joined us from Moseley, Sam Hollingsworth. Welcome, Sam. So I've already told him that you're from Moseley, but just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm born and bred from Coventry. Still live in Coventry, travelling up to Rotherham to train and play. I'm only 21 and didn't go uni, but I do work full time alongside of it, so it's a bit about me.
We could have worked out that you've not been to uni, if I'm being honest, but tell us what you do for a living.
Sell energy basically. I work at Eon. Just started a new role and just selling energy to companies that need new business. So.
And you had, if I'm right, 2 seasons at Moseley. Where were you before that?
I spent a year at Broad Street, which is a local club in Coventry, playing National 3. Went from there, straight there at 18, from leaving academy. So.
And Moseley's a very similar club to ourselves, a great friend of our club in many respects. We've got a long history with them, and their model has been quite similar to ours in recent times. Train a couple of times a week, play Saturdays. So, are you noticing any differences between the way things were at Moseley and the way they are up here?
I think, like you said, it's very similar in the format. I think the group of lads here are a bit tighter from my experience at Moseley. I haven't got many bad things to say about the club, but I'm enjoying it here. I haven't had to have much change from leaving Moseley, so I'm taking it all in my stride still, but I'm enjoying it massively.
Sam's been sponsored this year very kindly by, again, some more stalwart supporters, Alan and Leslie Runnington. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam. So, the next one up, one of our centres, had a reasonable game at the weekend, I think. He's another one of those who's come down the motorway for us, so please put your hands together and welcome Tom Buller. Hello everyone, tell them where you come from.
Leeds. Yeah, Leeds. Don't say they love them.
Tell us a little bit about how long you were at Leeds, what you achieved there.
I did get paid just. Came through the academy, started when I was like 12 or 13, and then worked my way through there, went to uni, played a bit, and then the last couple of years just been in the first team, and then went a bit tits up from there. So.
Well, look at the audience, you're not allowed to say words like up, if you don't mind. Tell us how many championship games you played?
I think I'm about 20, 25, and then 5 or 6 cup games as well.
So again, another young man that we've got from Leeds has not got a bad pedigree, 30 games in the championship or championship team. You finding it much different down here?
The standards are just as good. It's nice having like a lot of younger lads that have a bit more in common maybe because I think last year the squad was a bit older, but no, in terms of standard, no, there's definitely no drop. Like everyone's just enthusiastic. It's just as professional, so no, it's a really nice transition for me.
Thrilled that you're here. And Tom's been sponsored by, again, another long-term supporter of the club. Got Baz and Di. Watch yourself. So it's Baz at next for a car testing time. Does very good MOTs actually. I had my last car MOT by Baz and it was very smooth and efficient. So Di's going to bring his show eventually, the way things are going. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Buller.
Come on, Di, you're not shy of being in the photo.
You can go now, Di, if you like. Go on, pay off. Yeah. Right, going to bring another return about to us now. I think it's his 3rd season, is it? Got Shrewsbury conditioning coach and centre Jamie Cole. Jamie, it is your 3rd season, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's me, yeah. There we go. Tell us about this pre-season, because the last pre-season you had the injury with your foot, and then you pulled your groin when we got your foot, and so it was a really torrid time for you last year, but this year you've just flown through pre-season.
Yeah, I just took a good couple of months off, wasn't really doing a lot, really gave the body a good rest. Actually got into Pilates as well, which is quite interesting, but joints generally feel really good, feeling fit, and yeah, it's probably the best buzz I've had since I've been here, so yeah, really enjoying myself.
And how are you finding the S&C role? Because again, it's part-time, the players are part-time, the S&C's part-time, or it shouldn't be, but they should be doing their own stuff. So how are you finding all that?
Yeah, it's really good. Boys always come in, just work really, really hard. Looking at training, all different energy systems. Got a lot of a kind of aerobic workout in recent weeks, and then we're going to mix it on a little bit of like grappling, wrestling, flipping tyres, things like that, pushing and pulling. Boys get really competitive. But what we're also doing is kind of working closely with the coaches, grading like the sessions. So it's called rate of perceived exertion. So what you do is you basically grade your score out of 10, like 10 being the hardest, can't even get a sentence out, can't even talk, 0 just been sat down on the couch. And what you do from that score is you multiply it by the minutes of the session, and you do that across the whole week. It gives you a training impulse. And what we're doing is banging it onto an Excel spreadsheet, and you want to try and keep that score within 10% every single week. So if it's too high, I'll feed that back to the coaches and we can knock the intensity down a little bit. If it's too low, it gives an indication to ramp it up. So yeah, it's all going well, and I'm seeing the fitness levels creeping up, so yeah, it's all going well.
That sounds like a remarkably good idea. Where do you get the inspiration from that from?
Mr. Swift, chatted to her a little bit in the off season. That's what we found. I found as a player, like I've been at clubs previously where you go in the off season from like your longest period of rest, and you go straight into your highest period of load, and that's where you're very susceptible to injuries. So now we're just really like taming the boys in, just building up gradually. And yeah, it's lesson learned from last season. A lot of boys came in, particularly on the hard ground, and Barks as well. You kind of had the kind of trade into your puke approach, and a lot of boys got bust. So yeah, keeping the injury levels down and fitness is going up. So happy days.
Excellent. Well, we're thrilled that you're back. James has been sponsored by Gary Dawson, Rob Hodges, and Phil Newell, who are here to present him with his shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Cook. Next up, another returning young man. Great bloke to have a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Harry Dunn. Welcome back, Mr. Dunn. I might have heard a little rumour that you've taken to demanding your money back with menaces of late. Is that any truth in that rumour?
Can neither confirm nor deny that.
But you had a nice holiday then?
Yeah, it was really nice. First time I've been away in 2 years, so yeah, really nice to get out in the sun, celebrate with some friends, have some nice food, bit of tapas, and then chill out in the sun, and then back home for training.
You tell us what salad makes, for God's sakes. So what are you hoping for this year, Harry?
Personally, I'm hoping to get just as much game time as I did last year. I thought I was quite fortunate just through the lack of players that we had last year and a few injuries that I got quite a bit of game time. Hopefully I'll be striving for that again this year, and that's my personal goal. As a team, I think it's been said on countless interviews on everything before, we all understand where we need to be as a team. We're all aiming for that top spot and getting up there and getting right in the mix of things.
Brilliant. So, Harry, again, has been sponsored by the same people who sponsored him last year, Stalwarts. We've got Sandra and Alan Whitehead. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? Next one's up is a new boy that has got a familiar name to us. So we've got Tom Williams. Tell the good people of Rotherham where you've come to us from, Tom.
So originally from Peterborough, but moved up to Leeds about 5 years now, so I stayed, love Yorkshire, so here for a long time.
What was the name of the county again?
Leeds, sorry about that.
How are you finding it down here compared to being up in Leeds then?
Yeah, I certainly enjoy it. I haven't actually played Saturday rugby for about 4 years, so it's nice to get back into a family environment on a Saturday. It's all good to see, so yeah, really enjoyed my time here so far.
And hopes and aspirations?
Well, shoot high, 5 tries and just get as much game time as I can.
I think you're the final one of our Leeds contingent so far, so we'll not hold it against you. We look forward to seeing you play. Tom has been sponsored by Yvonne and Martin from the Shed On Tour, so if they'd like to come and present him with his shirt. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Williams. So next up we've got another returner, Connor Field. Welcome back. Glad to be here.
Yeah, very good. Glad to be here. Loved my first season here last year, and looking forward to getting stuck back into it again.
How's pre-season gone for you?
Yeah, it's really good. I'd definitely say the squad this year is looking a lot stronger than we were last year at this point in the season. Already the team's starting to come together and structures almost there. A lot to build on, but exciting times to come. We'll have to see how it comes this first game of the season.
Am I right in saying that you've finished your degree and you're back into work, as it were, or?
Not back into work yet, but I have finished my degree. Still unemployed at the minute and looking for a role. So if anyone knows any architects out there who are wanting a young, aspiring young man, then let me know. But
well, if anybody does know any architects, he's your man. I've seen some of his paintings, and to be honest, now that he's moved on from crayons, he's doing very, very well. Connor is the closest thing to an Irishman that we could find for Mr. Clabby to sponsor, because he's got a bit of an Irish name. So I think I've seen Tony around somewhere. He's going to present him with a shirt. Oh, so I beg your pardon, Tony's not here. Gary Wilson's going to present his... this is what probably Tony used to look like 20 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Field. Next up, we've got another returner, exponent of catching the high ball on the wing. Welcome back, Daniel Leake. Come on, with an inspirational nickname, Leaky. Yeah, took some thought that, didn't it? How are we finding pre-season this year then?
It's been tough. It's been a step up, I think, this year. They've tested us. Cookie's come in again, and after last year we found it not easy, but he's seemed to find his level this year. We've all been sweating in this heat, but I've enjoyed it. Feel a lot fitter, a lot stronger. So ready for the season, man.
How did you enjoy the hit out at the weekend?
Well, I'm glad we only got 40 with that heat. I'm not going to tell you. I was sweating, it was like I had a shower, but yeah, really like getting back out on the pitch. There's nothing like playing against an opposition you don't know. They were big boys and they came at us. We were looking to get some ball, and we thought we played really well, considering our first proper hit out.
What are you hoping for this year then?
Well, every time I was available last year I got to play, so I'm hoping to be in the same position, get some good game time, get some good tries. And for the team, we want to do and take the next step. We want to go up, we want to get back to the championship, we want to play at the top level. So it's going to take some work, and we've got some big games to play, but step by step, game by game.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan's been sponsored by Not Quite Dead in the Shed, and we're still not quite dead in the shed, so they're here to present him with a shirt. Oh, bloody pensioners, honestly. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Leake. Turn your ear really down a bit, old bastard. Next one up is a new boy to us. We've got a young man called Ben Robbins. Hello, Ben. Would you like to tell these good people where you're from and who you've played for?
So I'm from Edinburgh, in Scotland obviously. Grew up when I left school, been playing in Edinburgh with the academy for the last like 4 or 5 years, and then I've just come down, going to Nottingham Uni this year and tying it in with playing for Rotherham, so looking forward to it.
My friend here says he comes from a country called Scotland. He's been playing in a place called Edinburgh. He's travelled south to go to University of Nottingham and is very much excited and looking forward to playing for Rotherham. Only the one winner, so. So tell us about the differences between playing in Scotland and playing down here.
I think it was polar opposites on Saturday. I'm used to not getting above 12 degrees and raining most of the time, so it was a bit of a shock to the system. But no, I think probably in general, mainly the forwards especially, packs will be a lot bigger in England than they are in Scotland, potentially a little bit more mobile. So rugby, I'm probably think that the rugby this year, that what I'm used to, will probably be a bit more, just more physical, yeah, I guess, and maybe a little bit slower and stuff, but hopefully on the wing it won't be too much like that. But we'll see, looking forward to it.
Ben's got serious gas, I don't think you've seen him play, but I mean, he's got some proper wheels on him. Have you ever been timed?
Yeah, actually, I was until I left school. I made a choice at 16 to play rugby, but until then I was pretty serious about my athletics. I was mainly a 400 metre runner, but my best at school was like 10.94. So yeah, hopefully see a bit of that on the way.
It's a very quick 400 metres. You're so Scottish, that'll be why. So ladies and gentlemen, Ben's sponsored by Jeff and Bruce. 1 and 2/3 Rugby English. Have we got anyone else tonight? Where's the other 2/3? There we go. Nationalism rules. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Robbins. Not far to go now before we get to the staff. So we're back onto the full backs now, and first up, spent some time with us last year, signed for us this year, really pleased about that, young man called Sam Allen. Hello again, Sam. So, tell these people where you came from and how much you're enjoying Rotherham.
Yeah, so I spent the majority of the season here last year, but prior to that I'd been at Yorkshire Carnegie, or Leeds as you like to call it, for a couple of years. So I came through the academy at Leeds, and then I spent a year at uni playing at Leeds Beckett, and then I got called back to Carnegie, did a pre-season up there. That didn't work out, and then I signed down here and been enjoying it since then, yeah.
Tell us about Portsmouth, what a lovely place it is and how good a night out it is and what have you.
I'd rather not speak about that. It's actually Swifty. Some of you might know, I ended up getting down there, got injured in the warm-up, had to come back early so I didn't get to spend any time with the lads, and lost a load of money, yeah.
Well, hopefully this year you'll be able to come with us and play and enjoy the bus ride back with us rather than going back on your own on the train. Sam's been sponsored by Martin Gable, who's going to present him with his shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Allen. So our last player up this evening, new player to us, a young man called George Castledine. What's all that about?
Well, why does anyone get tattoos? Just, you know, I thought it looked good. Whatever anyone else's opinion is.
So tell us where you've come from and who you played for previously.
So I'm from Derby, played for Derby all my life since I was a little boy. Got the opportunity to come up here.
What are you hoping to achieve this year with us, George?
My goal is try and get as much game time as possible, try and get into the squad, and just see if I can go from there.
And how are you finding it so far?
Yeah, it's been a real step up from where I've come from before. You know, the lads are a lot more physical, fitter, a lot better skills, and just be able to train and play with them, just really enjoying it.
Lovely, well, we're pleased to have you with us. And who's presenting his shirt? It's Michaela. So on behalf of the Rotherham Titans Supporters Club, Michaela's going to present George with his shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, George Castledine. So we're going to move on to the staff. Is Adam still here? Has he gone? Adam? Here he is. Couldn't see him. So I him behind somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Migdowski is our analyst. And it's your... how many seasons now?
Let's see. Yeah, so third season up here at Rotherham now. I started when I was an intern over at Sheffield Hallam Uni, and then just been here ever since.
And I guess for you it's quite difficult, isn't it, in a sense of it's your third year here. It's probably about 5 coaches by now, and they've all got different demands from you. So how do you find that transition from one coach saying I want these facts and this data to another?
Yeah, obviously different coaches work in different ways, so it's just sort of sitting down, having a lot of meetings and having the discussions about what the coaches want and what sort of key performance indicators that each coach is looking for.
And how's it going so far then?
Yeah, it's going really well. We've got a few more additions to what we had last year, so hopefully with that data it will help the push this season.
So, Adam's sponsored by the Rotherham Titans Supporters Club. I don't know if there's somebody there to present him with a shirt or a pencil or a computer or something. If not, put your hands together please for our analyst Adam. I'm looking around the room to see if I can see the next member of staff. I'm looking for Tony Foster, so there's obviously no point in looking at the bar. Is he hiding near the food? Fezzo, up you come. In your own time. No, there is.
Would you like to phone it while instead of toilet? Yeah.
Recent birthdays, 75 years young now, is it? And how many of those years have you spent at this club?
58 now.
Since you were 10?
Nearly.
And how are you finding it this year? Now you're getting a bit older and...
I'm quite excited actually, and that takes some doing for me to get excited.
You did say that on the back of the toilet door, to be fair.
No, the training well. I thought last Saturday went good enough, and I think no, it's going to be a good season. Really do. 2 good coaches.
That's not what you said last week.
Not what I said last week.
Most important thing, I wasn't on the bus at the weekend. Have you sorted out our seating arrangements? I mean, we don't want any interlopers or anything like that, do we?
Doc sat in your place, and Martin sat in Doc's place. So it's you who's going to have to sort that out.
I drive every week. I might miss out on the pork pie then, so obviously I wouldn't.
I missed out on pork pie.
So, as usual, Tony's sponsored by longarmsdeeppockets.com. I don't know if any of them here they're not here, so ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for 58 years at this Rugby Club. You still don't look any better, just taller. So we'll swiftly on, and I'm sponsored again, as is Doc, by a great bunch of blokes. Spend a lot of time with them here, a lot of time with them away from here. Just brilliant guys to be with. I really enjoy the company. I don't know whether they'll like, I can't see them, can't even hear them, which is disappointing. So we've got my sponsors, the original Raiders. Pushing you to front, Owen. Right. We've got two more to do. I'm going to bring up, first of all, Mr. Smith. So put your hands together for our joint head coach, battles for the second season, Matt Smith. Now you know full well that I like you personally. However, you played for Leeds for years, and you left Leeds, though you've been for years at, and you got to Doncaster. What are you thinking?
Well, like everybody in here, we all need to get paid, swiftly. And everybody knows there's no money at Leeds. And that's that, really.
You find it much different at Doncaster to Leeds?
Yeah, there is. I mean, anybody that knows Colin Quigley knows that the average age at Doncaster is quite high. To be honest, I didn't realise how many players had actually been through here before going there. Sort them out swiftly. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to go somewhere that you wanted. Obviously, speaking to the coach at Doncaster, they made that clear. And for anybody who works in any, job, if your employer wants you, you feel, you actually turn up to work and you actually want to be there and you want to give everything to them. So, so that was a nice feeling, really. And yeah.
We'll talk about Rotherham for a little bit now, if you like, because you're there as well. I mean, you're just collecting the sort of panini stickers of Yorkshire rugby clubs, aren't you? I think it's fair to say that last season the scrum, to begin with, wasn't terribly good, and then within several games you turned it round and probably became the dominant pack and scrummage in the whole of the division. Now, tell us what you did.
Well, I only shout at the lads, to be honest. The rest of it was up to them. I think I've said it on previous occasions that a lot of it was down to the boys and actually their buy into things. Us as coaches, no matter what we're trying to do, it only works if the lads actually buy into what we're saying. And last year we definitely got a desire in there that we wanted at every opportunity when it came to a scrum to go over the opposition. And I think you saw that on Saturdays. And I do believe that we had the best scrum in the league. And that was all down to their hard work. On the other hand, I don't think we had the best line out, and we definitely didn't have the best maul. And so for me as a forwards coach, yeah, I'm happy we had a decent scrum last year, but we definitely didn't have a full pack. And me as a forwards coach, I want to have the whole thing. And for boys that know me, I don't smile that often. Until I get the perfect picture and everything, I probably won't smile again.
What are you hoping for this year then?
Open question. No, I think a lot of lads have seen we definitely have got a stronger squad this year. From a forwards point of view, the back five is a lot stronger. We've got a lot more natural ball carriers in there, which is an area that I don't think we had too much of last season. So we have strengthened in there. What's tough is the things I've just spoken about having a good scrum. Well, this year the bar's set up here. And me as a coach, you as supporters, you expect the same. So for the lads, they've got to get up there. And I've already spoken about other aspects, they've got to get up there. I'm wanting to go out there and win every single game. I don't care who other teams say they've signed, whoever. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't really care. I believe in my boys and do you know what I mean, and the lads, and I know if we go out and put a performance in there, we'll beat anybody. So that's what I want to do, win every game.
So for the second time, Smithy's been sponsored by the lovely Penny Ralph. Ladies and gentlemen, forwards coach Matt Smith. That leaves us with one. Part Hungarian, part Australian, I think he is. So can you put your hands together? Let's get Anthony Poser up. I did get that right, didn't I? Did get that right, the part Hungarian, part Australian, is that not how it is?
As usual, 0 from 2.
So you've been here, what, 8, 9 weeks now? How are you finding it?
Really enjoying it. When I see scenes like I'm looking at now, it makes me pretty humble and makes me feel very welcomed. And now I'm especially enjoying a great set of lads, and they're giving you everything on and off the field, and that's all you can ask as a coach.
So you've been quite interesting, because I don't know how many coaches I've seen here, probably 10 or 11, Doc's seen 18 or so, and there are people who've seen a lot more. I think one of the things that we'd say about you, in compare, is positive, don't we? Well, mainly positive. One of the things I really like is that you've got a really commanding presence with the boys, and you know, like when Smithy speaks, they listen, and when you do, they listen. What do you put that down to? Is it your sort of tenacious New Zealand background, or your Croatian bit, or?
Shocking questions from you, Swifty, to be honest. To be honest, I don't know what it is. I just know that the stronger the team, the stronger the club, the more that they'll die for you. And I know from my all but brief relationship with Smithy, we bounce off each other, and I know that we get a great relationship with the squad, and already we can feel it building together. I know that we want healthy competition within the squad, and I know that if we get 30, especially young men, all pointing in the same direction, that we'll go somewhere close to achieving that goal.
Interesting to listen to you on Saturday after the game in the huddle. Just some good stuff happened. And I really like the fact that you pointed that out. What else did you tell the boys that you can tell this crowd?
I'll take out the adjectives. What we said on Saturday was that whilst we got the win, that we need to keep our feet on the ground, because the goals and standards that we're setting, it wasn't good enough. But understandably, that being our first game, it's obvious that it's going to be like that in the first game. And we also said quite, without getting too far ahead of ourselves, that we left 20-30 points on the field. We also said that the opposition is going to be a lot stronger. We're hearing all sorts of murmurings from down south about budgets and ex-premiership players and even international players playing down south. And just like my co-coach, we're exactly the same. We don't care who they got. We care about what we got. And we know we've got a young, proud group that want to express themselves, and it's up to me and Smithy to point them in the right direction.
So, Ants is sponsored by EPES. I don't know if we've got anybody there here from them to... No? Ladies and gentlemen, joint head coach, Anthony Poser. We've got all the players to come back onto the floor now, so we can give them all a collective clap. And then they'll mingle, and you can take photographs to your heart's desire. Get Biggins. Ladies and gentlemen, season starts a week on Saturday away at Western Park. Goes on for 30 games after that. These are the guys that we've got this year who are going to see us through those 30 games. Put your hands together for this year's Rugby Titans. So we've just got a raffle to draw now that the lovely Jill has sorted out for us. We've got 3 prizes.
Don't tell him. I'll swap you.
First prize is 2 seats in a game of your choice up in hospitality. Second prize is signed rugby ball. Third prize, bottle Prosecco. Who are we going to get? Duddy, you can come and do the draw. So, first prize, 2 tickets up in hospitality to go with your choice. It's a pearl blue ticket, 756 to 760. Well, Sandra? Now come on, that's never right, is it? He's picked out his own sponsors. Oh my word. Fix. Alright, I'll pull the pigs one out. Same prize, same rugby ball. It's a white ticket with pink edges. I'm going to guess. No, it's not you. Oh, thank God. 871 to 875. 871 to 875. Well done. And come on, Robbo. Where's she gone? Yeah, it's there. There we go. Thank you. You're welcome. And the bottle Prosecco is going to be picked by Ben Robbins. Another white ticket with a pink background. 546 to 550. Well, here we go. Here we go. Thank you, sir. It is, yeah. Bottle Prosecco. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending tonight. Your support's much appreciated. We look forward to seeing you down or up in Rotherham the weekend down in Western Park or back here in 2 weeks.